Okay, y'all, what's up? What's up? It's Thursday afternoon, y'all. So I'm going to be starting another skid steer job, and what I wanted to do is well, I'm gonna need more equipment over there than I can haul on my trailer in one trip. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this where I don't have to haul the machine twice. So I mean, you gotta always be thinking, man, out here. I'm telling you, man. There's so many things that come up that I think about when it comes to this kind of work, but skid steer stuff, and having the ability to haul the attachments around. And then, okay, say you don't have the ability to haul the attachments, all of them around, but you need them, and it's not too far from the house. It's not, and if you're solo, what do you do, right? I mean, so what I do is always plan and plot. If I know it's going to be a 2-day job, then I can plan accordingly. I can go over there, I can say, okay, I'll haul all the attachments that I need and get done with this certain point, and then bring what I don't need home, and then go back the second day and do this, because most projects have a sequence of events, right? You do this first, and then this, and then this, and then that, right? So you got to be thinking about that all the time. At least I do. So tomorrow, I don't think that I'll need the stump grinder, but I might, man. I might. Sometimes a stump grinder can freaking, really help me, even if I'm not getting paid to grind said stump. But if it's way in my way and holding the job up, then yeah, I'm gonna want to grind it down to where I can make it easier on me and the machine, and and better on time. I like to do things a certain type of way, so I want to make sure that I'm in the best scenario to do the wall. And if I got to and I'm gonna have to do a lot of traveling, back and forth. And moving things around back there, and I'm going to be turning and spinning on stuff, and if there's a lot of little stumps back there that I can't see, then it's easy for me to throw the stump grinder on and just hit them all, and then even hit the small little bitty trees too. But if there's some big stumps, okay, so that's going to help me do the job faster, more efficient. Especially when you consider I'm going to be grinding the stumps anyway at some point. He wasn't as enthusiastic about doing the stumps first or whatever, but I need to have the ability to do some stumps while I'm there, to be all I can be, so, and to make the job easier. So what I'm gonna do is, well, you tell me what you would do. And y'all hold on and listen to this, because it's gonna be a little bit confusing. So make sure I word it right so I don't make it even more confusing. Well, at least to me it is. I figured it out. So the best thing for me to do is to put an attachment on one of my other trailers, right? The little bitty lawn trailer, right? Hop in the other truck and carry it over to the job, which is, of course, every job's different. You're not gonna do this on a job where it's 2 hours away, but for this job, I can do that, right? So then in the morning when I get over there, I'll have all the attachments, and I can unload that trailer with the skid steer. Now, any other way, I'm going to have to take the skid steer twice, because if I take the skid steer out there, I can't take the skid steer out there tonight and drop it without having another trailer here with the attachment that I can't haul, right? So it becomes about how many times I'm going to go back and forth with the skid steer, because pulling the skid steer is a whole nother ball game than just pulling that little bitty trailer. That's basically what you're doing. If you just use this one trailer, then every trip to move to get an attachment, you're gonna have to bring skid steer. This way, you won't have to bring the skid steer. Like tonight, I won't have to bring the skid steer, and I'll have an attachment at the job. And the skid steer will not have moved, other than just putting it on the trailer here. You see what I'm saying? So, little things like that are really big deals when it comes to this kind of stuff, what the skid steer stuff, I think. You know, and I'm not, you know, I'm learning every day. I'm trying to get better and better, you know, but things like that make you save time. So then when you're not so good at something else in context with that job or whatever, you don't feel it, because you've been so efficient doing things like what I'm fixing to do now. Two ways I can do this. I'm going to either load a trailer up here, right, with one attachment, and then take the skid steer over there tonight, drop the skid steer, and then leave the trailer too, and then come back and hook the other trailer. Then in the morning, pull the third piece of equipment, you know, the third attachment that I need out there with the trailer. If you do it the skid steer way, then you got to have a skid steer on both ends, man. That ain't cool. That's a huge thing that I never would have thought about, because, you know, it's you know, being on the road with skid steer ain't cool. And, you know, there's a lot of things that can happen on the road. And to me, that's one of the most dangerous places to be, you know, because you don't know what none of these other idiots are going to do. And then we got a little bit of ice and snow out, you know. I don't know what those back roads look like, so I don't want to get caught up in nothing like that either. But the roads seem to be pretty good now. But there's always ways to save money, time. Money. That's what you want to call it. To money. Because time and money is exactly the freaking same to me. To money. T-I-M-O-N-E-Y. I'll go on and use the skid steer to load the brush cutter or whatever. Probably the grapple bucket. The grapple bucket and the tooth bucket. Load that on the landscape trailer, and then take the skid steer to the fuel, get fuel, fill it on up. It needs fuel. I was gonna put fuel in the other day, but I never did, so it's gonna probably take about $60, $50. I mean, there's probably enough to do a day over there, but I don't know for sure, so it's gonna top it off. And then carry it out there and drop the machine at the job. So yeah. All right, y'all, so it's on there. The battery's fixing to go dead. I don't have the backup charger on it right now, but I'll put it on in the truck. Yeah, now I'm gonna be taking the skid steer to get fuel. I'm gonna load the stump grinder up and the grapple bucket up and the tooth bucket on that trailer, and go on and take that over to the job tonight. But I know I need probably about 60 in fuel. So I'm gonna go on and top this thing off. And see, then in the morning, man, it makes it so much more efficient in the morning time. I mean, because when I pull up over here, I'm gone. I'm working. Ain't no unloading. Ain't no trying to find a place to park. Ain't none of that, man. So, see, I don't worry about nobody really taking this trailer. The little trailer, man, if I back it up over there, I can't take the brush cutter off of it. So yeah, I don't like having to fool with the ramps and all that stuff early in the morning. It's too cold for all that crap. So I texted him today and I'm like, hey, I'm ready to get started in the morning. He said, well, you don't have to do it. There's no big rush or nothing. You don't have to do it. And see, right, he said, you don't have to do it right now. We can wait until February if you want to. And I'm like, no. No, it's not. I mean, it's unheard of for snow in Georgia to knock me out of work, man. I can see rain, I can see storms, but freaking snow, dude, that ain't never freaking happened, man. Getting fuel, man. All right, y'all. So I had a guy come in the comments yesterday on the video where I was talking about that tree job and, you know, the liability of, you know, hitting something, you know, if you grind the stump, and I think I said in the video, well, if I hit something, then I ain't making nothing. Well, one guy come in the comment and said, that's what insurance, that's why guys have insurance, man. You know, like I don't have insurance. I mean, you're not in business as long as me and don't have insurance, man. Come on. Small price to pay, dude, for real. But just because I got insurance don't mean I want to use it. You know, I mean, and I can tell that this guy's not self-employed because he's not weighing risk versus reward. And above everything else that, you know, guys like me anyway do, is it's always risk versus reward. Always. It's top of the list on any job that I do. And, you know, if, of course, if I grind the stump and I hit something, then I'm liable. And then, of course, I got insurance. And, of course, I'd have to spend my time, my money, you know, to money, you know, that's the, yeah, that, time, money. Put them two words together, that ought to be one word, because it's both exactly the same to me. And I got to spend my time dealing with HOAs, dealing with the city, dealing with the homeowner. They're gonna be mad, trust me. They're gonna be mad because I charge. And at the end of the day, you have to weigh, is that worth it? Is it worth the risk? Is the reward worth, you know, the risk? That's I mean, I didn't know I had to say that verbatim, but apparently I do, because some guys comment and they're not even in business for themselves. They're not even thinking on the same wavelength. Not that I'm thinking smarter than them or dumber than them, but they're not thinking on the same wavelength. They're not thinking from my perspective, and they're not looking at things like I'm looking at things. You got to look at things a certain type of way if you're me. And I got homeowner's insurance, but I'm not gonna get a gun and shoot the outside of my house. I got insurance to cover it, right? That philosophy is ridiculous, man. I don't even see how you even think that if you're grown in today's time. Go and turn. So I'm just, you know, I mean, just don't come in the comment, man, and comment something stupid like that, man, because I mean, that's way left field, man. I don't do things, and then if I tear, of course, if I accidentally tear something, but I'm not going to go in. I'm not going into nothing with the knowledge, the experience that I've had out here for all this time, and going into a job as if I don't know no better. I'm just saying, insurance, no insurance, whatever. I'm not going to do that. So I don't like wasting time. So, and the likelihood of me hitting something or getting really close to hitting something or something on that particular stump, it would be pretty high. I mean, actually be pretty high, because of the fact that the reason they're having the tree taken out is because the roots of that tree are going into the damn pipe. That's why they're having the tree removed. So it ain't no pressure line or nothing, but I don't want to, you know, I don't like doing that, man. And another thing too, when you make mistakes like that, when you know better, and I do, you reek of desperation. You know, how do I know that? How do I know that grinding that stump and hitting that pipe's gonna be such a hassle? How could I ever possibly know that? Because I've been doing this a long freaking time, and I've hit a pipe before with a stump grinder. So, and what it does when you do that if you're a guy like me, it knocks your confidence. It makes you super paranoid, you know, on the next job and the next job. So just throwing that out there, man, because I don't, you know, we got to have insurance to be in business. But I'm not damn even thinking about doing a job where, based on my experience, the likelihood of me hitting a pipe is pretty high. And I don't need to work that bad. Now, I'll be glad to do the tree and everything, but that's where I would stop at. I'd let somebody else come in there and do that. I'll make my money on the tree, the dumpster and the tree, and the man lift. I'll let somebody else make that $400. $400 ain't worth another drive over there. And if you hit something, you're gonna be in and out over there for 2 weeks. Just saying, man. Just saying. Let's don't tear nothing up and just because we got insurance. And what about the social media side of that? You know, you get on a job haphazardly like that, and you tear somebody's stuff up, and the guy in the comments said, well, the homeowner would understand. No, man, I'm charging too much money for that, for any understanding. There ain't no understanding. They might be, some customers get more pissed than others, but as far as, yeah, there ain't no understanding. They ain't got no water for 3 days or whatever. I don't know. You never know what you might hit. You see all them utilities right there? Shit, I'll leave them over there and they won't have internet, water, gas, or nothing. And I'll be done all for what? Because I'm chasing freaking $400 stump?